This is Paul. Now, just so we know, yeah, it was Immelt or Moynihan. Yeah. Now, as a father, right? I'm actually wanting to make quite a few trillions of dollars, and I feel that the police and sheriffs have been unsupportive. Yeah. And just looking at some of these other families and how well they've done, yeah, the Mars family, and I thought for sure I should talk to them about their estate planning. It's one thing when you die and your estate becomes a charity. In fact, I was looking through the estates in the New York State. Yeah. Now, for all of those that say, well, I'm a descendant of an Astor, yeah, a Vanderbilt, ooch, one of these really successful families, the Waltons, yeah, the Mars family, ooch, I'm one of those that will take your assets after your death. Ooch, ooch. Now, I know. You'd say I can't. I'd say I can. Ooch. Now, I'm going to want to know why it is that my sons were sold. Yeah. When I've documented all these crimes. Right. And all these technological innovations. Yeah. And how it is right now that you think I wouldn't take your estate after your death. They have a registry of charities, and I'd like you to go through every charity that considers themselves an estate. Yeah. And the largest estate, yeah, to the smallest estate in each and every state. Yeah. And then for all the trust fund babies where you said, well, I'm the descendant of a Vanderbilt, regardless of your identity or profession today. Yeah. Because you want to donate to me. Yes. Your actual trust fund. Oh, you're so good. Thank you, CNN, Ooch, and your mother. Ooch. Now, for we have the documentation of actual felonies. Yeah. And there's the whosoever on any corporate board. Yeah. That intentionally has been paying to conceal the manufacturing of look-alike students at the school that my sons were going to. Yeah. Or look-alike students at the school where my wife is employed as a teacher. Yeah. Where you have look-alike impersonators of the defendant. Yeah. When at the same time you have oh. Now, the Budnick family, yeah, wants to know the estates known as charities. Yeah. And then Mr. and Mrs. Mars, yeah, I'm thinking that they wanted to help me get rid of all nuclear waste. In fact, looking at the Nobel Peace Prize winners, Barack Hussein Obama, yeah, Al Gore, I know it doesn't sound as fashionable to just hand those out like it was during the Obama administration. Yeah. But for the 8 years that you were there, yeah, the Affordable Care Act, ouch, why don't you get me all the recipients of the universal health care of the United States of America? See, I had a little different plan. Ouch, ouch. I thought we'd go with what's known as a special type of place where we all get a blood test. That's right. And now let me see here. Ouch. It was one of these storefront locations, similar to a clinic. Yes. That the government wanted to know what was in the blood of every individual. Yeah. Now, for me, when Benjamin was born on Guam, does Heidi remember the PKU test that they took? Yes. When I went to the hospital after watching the kids. Yeah! Where I was a little upset because we agreed that nobody was going to take Benjamin's blood. And my wife said, well, they threatened CPS if we didn't do it. Ooch. And I personally made a phone call right now. See, I'm one of those that made a little change to the contractual obligations that you cannot perform any elective surgery. Yes, without my consent as a father. I'm going to need all the documentation from the Memorial Hospital of Guam. Yeah, Guam Memorial Hospital. Yeah, and then I'm going to want the PKU right now. No. Somebody got Benjamin's blood without my consent. And considering the last 9 years of terrorism, torture, and abuse, yeah, I'd like to have all the PKUs. Now, Heidi would say, yeah, that she did want to have Benjamin's blood taken at the time of his birth. Yeah, because they did that ear test for infants. Yeah, where they pressurize the ears. Yeah, sounded stupid to me. Yeah, as if you could tell if somebody was deaf or not at the time of birth. Ouch! Now, all the pressurization of the infants, yeah, that have been born for the last 25 years. Yeah, give me all right now, right now, right now. No. I want you to understand something, Judge. Yeah. I have a lot of lawsuits, and there are a lot of very wealthy families that have been paying the payroll. Yes. And I'm going to take their assets. Ouch. So I want the PKU tests, every blood test of every infant born in the United States. Yeah. And then all the infants born that didn't have the PKU test. Yeah. And then I want the ear pressurization test. It was said that on Guam, they had the availability of putting little earrings in the inside of your ears. Yeah. It's just kind of like a little silicone chip. Yeah. In the ears itself. Yeah. So why don't we look right now? Now, as much as you say that it's impossible. Yeah. There was the thought that you could put little earrings, the little silicone chips. Yep. And you could connect the ears to the grid. Ouch. Now, of all the, right now, shut up! I'm going to want the ear pressurization equipment at Olympic Medical Center. Yeah. Now, of the other tests that I like to have knowledge of, yeah, there's what's known as quad screening. Yeah. It supposedly tells an expectant mother that she's going to have a Down syndrome child. Yeah. Could you call Mark Welsh of the United States Air Force, retired 4-star general? Yeah. And Betty, his wife. Yeah. Now, Mark was real big with working with those that were mentally disabled. Yeah. I'd like the U.S. Air Force. As I remember it, there was a reason why the Air Force had sewn into the Down syndrome because they couldn't understand the communication being communicated. Yeah. Now, give me the PKU. Yeah. Ear pressurization. Ouch. The equipment necessary to pressurize their inner ears. Yeah. Any and all equipment that could put just the tiniest little, it's like a grain of sand in the inner ear. And then all of those that are quad screened. Yeah. Now, somebody might be saying that Down syndrome is fish babies. And for those that are all peachy white, yeah! Yes. Olympic Medical Center, you happen to be mandatory reporters? Yeah. Do you have... Right now! Dr. Goldbringer. Now, listen, you little... Idiot! I like to have quad screen right now because I'll tell you right